Type 9.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Everyday Growth Advisors live stream. It's New Ticker Monday, and I want to say, first of all, boom, boom, boom. Thank you guys for being here. It is indeed exciting times. Over the weekend, we finally hit 2,000 subscribers on YouTube, guys. 2,000. This is something that I did not predict for myself. For the Everyday Growth Advisors to come to this stage, I am truly humbled for all of your support and you being here, watching the stream time and time again, putting your trust and putting your faith in me and the markets, knowing that I can give you the best breakdown. I know that there are other YouTube channels that you could be watching right now, and I appreciate you taking your time to be here. We have a crazy lineup this week. Just to show you guys, I've already put all of the expected videos for this week up. Today we'll be doing a new ticker Monday with Intel. We'll be going through a little bit about Intel. And then on Tuesday, which is tomorrow, we will be doing how to scalp, a webinar on how to scalp, where I'll go through key pointers, things that people miss, people make mistakes on scalping. It'll be a 30-minute webinar, as we always do. This will be the third week that this is running, and I'm gonna actually, after the stream, I'm gonna compile everything into a playlist so you guys can go and watch it in your free time. So the videos are up for you guys. If you were, if you missed them and you wanted to watch them at your own time, they're actually all under videos here, and you'll see we've already done 2 weeks. The first week we did a market fundamentals and candlestick mechanics. We kind of just went through a little bit of basics of market. And then the next stream on the webinar, we did introduction to charting, where I broke down all my indicators, how I use them, etc., etc. Then last week we had Will, which is one of the mods from Options, to come on and teach us how he comes up with the levels for a watch list. And then later that week on Thursday, we did one webinar for trading those watch lists with pattern breakouts. So I want to take the same theme into this week now and continue on with these technical webinars that are, slated to help you grow. Well, learn, compound, and grow, which is the EGA motto, right? Learn, compound, and grow. Okay. So this week we'll be doing one on how to scalp, and then we'll do the fundamental Wednesday on Wednesday, which we'll go through the fundamental analysis of Intel, do an evaluation of the company, see what's going on with it, and then possibly come up with the trade idea, right? And then on Thursday we'll do a webinar on how to day trade. So definitely do not miss all of these. You can go ahead and set reminders on all of them so that you don't forget. And then Friday, we'll have a recap Friday where we'll go through the entire market and also a trade summary with Intel if we do end up taking it. So I'm super excited about this week, guys. A lot of great stuff coming up. I really hope that you guys will enjoy the content this week. I try to make it as lively and interesting as possible for you. And also, big news was over the weekend, we sold out. We sold out on the beginner course, right? We had 60 seats and they were absolutely sold out. So I made a post on this on Instagram. We were officially sold out of the mentorship courses for this specific wave number 6, with 60 spots, was officially sold out. So thank you for everybody who signed up. I can't wait to see you later today at night. Remember, if you didn't get into this wave, we will hold one in about 2 weeks. So fret not, don't be sad. You will get an opportunity to take this class. But, keep a lookout for my posts on Instagram, because that's where I mostly put out any of the updates that I have. Okay, so welcome into the stream, guys. Good morning. Happy Monday. Thank you for smashing the like button already. I appreciate you very much. Let's see here. Read a couple of these things here. I'm up here early for these nuggets. Like button click. Thank you, Jason. Appreciate that. Pen and paper in hand. Ooh, hardworking. I like that. This is going to be a great week. Indeed it is, Jason. Indeed. I have some great stuff lined up for you guys. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Let's make some money. Absolutely, Shri. We're going to do that, Jet. That is absolutely right. Good morning. I love the vibe in this chat, man. You guys are awesome, to be honest. I'm back to trading after losing 30K. Makes, don't worry. Attend the stream. Remember that we are in this together, and we will make sure that, we get you back on the path, okay? Wow, you famous. Byron, I am not famous, okay? 2K is a decent goal, and I think that from here, we only get better, okay? And the stream only gets better. Wait till these upgrades come in, man. I have some big plans for the stream. So I'm saying live trading sessions. I'm saying Yeah, lots of stuff, subscriptions to videos that are kind of like under the radar, like things that you can't see if you're a regular member, etc., etc. I have a lot of ideas coming up. Okay, woohoo! Smash the like button. Thank you very much for doing that, Valerie. Appreciate you. Well deserved. Thank you, M. Thank you. That's awesome, man. I remember you telling us your vision. Now look at you. Yes, Byron. That's one thing, right? Remember, EGA started off as a WhatsApp group, man, and look at where it is right now. Sometimes you got to have a vision, execute, put your head down, be humble, keep working, and do the service to the people without expecting anything in return. And that's exactly what I've been concentrating on, and I will concentrate on going forward. There will be no changes in this stream. You can be rest assured. Okay, guys, I spoke too much. 7 minutes too much. Welcome in. Hope you guys are having a good Monday. Let's get the stream started. So for all of you guys who came in a little late, you guys know by now what we do. We cover the news first. So looking at Bloomberg here, we have kind of, I want to say, low-key. It's a hybrid news this morning. It's slanting more towards bearish than bullish, though. So kind of a hint of maybe markets might try to rally today and break out. I have definitely a SPY DIN update for you guys, which is the SPY Dow Jones Nasdaq update, which I'll get to in a second here. And so there is U.S. futures rise with Europe stocks, metals climb, markets wrap, JD revenue jumps, and then what is this? Google spars, okay. China DNA firm, Malaysia's leader, blah blah blah. Singapore boosts stimulus by 8 billion, and apparently I don't get a slice of it, which is kind of like, what the hell, right? I'm a Singaporean, I should get some money from this thing. I don't know, man. I'm probably just gonna call the Ministry of Finance and be like, yo, give me some of that. Give me some of that. Goldman boosts S&P 500 target by 20% as strategists catch up. Yeah, when Goldman says stuff like that, yeah. I don't know, guys. When the news says things like that, it's usually the best to go the opposite of it. Okay, anyway, I'll get to that in a second. Let's look at what's going on Wall Street Journal here. Democrats press Postal Service leaders to testify. Dude, what is up with this Postal Service? My sister sent me a package like 3 weeks or 4 weeks ago. It's still not here. It's crazy. CalPERS face questions following okay, Home Depot brace for COVID pain, then Americans remodel. This was an interesting one that we actually covered in the mentorship course not long ago. We actually were expecting Home Depot to be one of the benefactors from COVID-19 because the basic idea was that when people are at home, they're going to start to think of ways to make their home more comfortable because they're sitting more at home. So they start to do beautification, right? Beautification, improvements of their lifestyle at home, buying new furniture, making new things. We thought HD, ticker symbol HD, would benefit from that. Turns out that I think their last quarter they had bad guidance or something, and then that caused the stock to dip. But I do like the stock long term. They pay good dividends as well, by the way. This one, Home Depot, is a good stock to own long term. Just going to say that. It's a very big company, okay? A lot of cash flow in that company. S&P 500 futures show benchmark shuffling to record high. We'll get to that in a second here. Political parties go without conventional perks, okay? COVID-19 vaccine candidate from Novavax starts mid-stage trial, phase 2, okay? I feel like there are so many companies doing the vaccine now. It's crazy. Really inefficient allocation of resource, in my opinion. They should have just like picked the top 3 possible ones and then asked them to do it. Like, I don't know, man. Anyway, California was having some wildfires, blah, blah, blah. Okay. News is like hybrid. I say leaning bearish. Let's have a look at the pre-market movers here and see what's going on. We have a couple of pre-market movers here. Let's see. Barrick Gold up 10% after after knowing that Berkshire bought a good amount of the quantity of the stock, putting it on their balance sheet. Let's see, Steinmart, not sure what this is. Gonna ignore anything that's like less than $1 or $1 here. Sorrento, Microbot, okay, Barrico. So Barrico's the only one pretty much. Shineko, Steinmart, okay, boom, boom. Any news today? Not really that much. I would definitely watch out for the 6 months and 3 months auction bill. Let's see what the risk appetite is for the risk-free assets here. Just having a look would be a good idea here. So, okay. Domino's to hire 20,000 workers in the United States of America. That should be an interesting one. Walmart results expected to show improved margins, online sales. That's an analyst thingy. Okay. All right. Interesting. Let's have a look at the other kind. Let's see here. Davita. Isn't this like a dialysis center or something? I feel like a lot of health companies here that are pretty much trending upward. F&B, that's Fraser and Neve. Okay. Not really that many movers, I would say. None that are worth looking at. So this is the heat map. You can use Finviz to find this. If you don't have access to it, you can have a look at it. Let me just have a look here. All right. Welcome into the chat, guys. Appreciate you being here. You're gonna fly. Hi, brother. You are an amazing teacher. Thank you, Ram. I appreciate that. When there is not vision, people perish. Milano, that is a really nice thing to say. Milana. I didn't see your name had an A. Oops, sorry. Milana, that is definitely 100% true. Okay. Lots of green. Tech seems to be rebounding here. So we're going to have a look here at what's going on. Home Depot up 1.5% pre-market here, together with Lowe's. Amazon up about 1%. Google, Microsoft, Nvidia up again. PayPal up on financials. Kind of tech companies driving the pre-market today. And seems like we'll get like a little push up. So expect the market to rally a little bit today. And so let's get into the SPY, NASDAQ, and Dow Jones technical update here. To give you guys a kind of insight on what's going on here. So we have had consecutively multiple sessions of SPY on a bullish trend up here. And I said this on the previous live stream, what I expect to happen here, which is probably going to happen this week, is we're going to get some kind of a strong push up on this to break out of the all-time high. On SPY, there's a high chance that we push up, and then right before this 168 or a little bit above it, I say somewhere here or a little above it, this would be the bull trap zone. Now the reason for this is because we are trending too far up above the moving average at this point. Okay, we need a nominal 5% correction or 3% correction, so between 3 to 5% correction, in order for us to make another wave up. Okay, and don't get me wrong, this does not mean I am bearish. I'm just simply saying that with every impulsive wave comes a corrective wave. Impulsive wave, corrective wave. Impulsive wave, corrective wave. Impulsive, correct. Impulsive, correct. Impulsive, corrective wave. Impulsive, corrective wave. Impulsive wave, there has to be a corrective wave. All right, so the corrective wave is coming. It's when is it coming? Now the market is very, very honed on breaking through this level. Now it will happen, that's for sure. We will break through to all-time high. It will happen. That, and I'm talking about the SPX here. This is the S&P 500. We're looking on a daily chart. So this is, every candle is 1 day. Okay. So expect a breakup. And then this is the reason why I've been saying since last week to hedge, right? Hedge. Keep buying hedges so that when we drop, your hedges will pay you your cash when we drop. Okay. So you want to be wary of this. And take hedges if you have long positions. If you have a portfolio that's severely long, then just buy hedges, okay? So that's with SPY. Now, with NASDAQ, you can see that we have been also attempting to break out to all-time high. Now, if SPY breaks out at all-time high, the NASDAQ will follow. Why? Because the NASDAQ the stocks within NASDAQ make a big weight of SPY, okay? And the top holdings of NASDAQ are the top holdings of SPY. So expect the NASDAQ to break up above along with SPY, all right? Cool. Now, with the Dow Jones, it's a completely different scenario here. We're barely even back at the all-time high. And therefore, what I think is that if once the correction happens, we may see the risk that is flowed into SPY and NASDAQ to come into the Dow Jones to push this back up out of the channel and back to all-time high. Now, this is not a confirmed thing. I'm not a prophet. What I'm saying is the sector rotation should happen where the money flows out of tech and into industrials, energy, and whichever other sector that is undervalued. That's where risk will flow to look for returns. So that's kind of my idea on what I'm thinking and how I'm perceiving this. Okay, obviously, my advice is not financial advice. I'm not a licensed financial advisor, but I'm just giving you my opinions. And if it's helpful, then see what works for you. Okay, but the idea is, I think that we will break up the high, and then it'll be a drop after that to the 50 moving average at the minimum. All right, so break up and then come down to the 50 moving, at least the 50 moving, which is what we've done in the past. It may do one of these where it tries to break below the 200 moving average and then just like comes back up again, that kind of thing. Okay, that's the SPY technical update. Let me see the chat here, see what's going on with you guys. Boom. Are you going to address Intel? Yes, we will. This is the regular programming of the live stream. So we usually do a pre-market update first, and then we do the New Ticker Monday. Okay. Should I buy gold calls even though pre-market is past options? Absolutely don't think that gold is, I mean, it's up to you. I think this is silver. I think that gold has some way to go, but I don't recommend it. I don't like. You see, commodities are not really something you can trade. I mean, yes, you can if you're a day trader and you know how to get in and get out, but don't look at it as an investment like to hold over a swing trade. If you want to tell me that you're going to get in and get out within the same day, then sure, but don't try to swing trade this thing. It's a commodity. Any news can break and it can make it swing violently. So don't recommend it, man. Should we play should we buy hedges for the corrective wave or play weeklies to ride the all-time high short-term wave momentum? That's a good question, Sri. So for me personally, I think it's much better to play the hedge. Okay, it's like insurance for your portfolio in case something goes wrong. It's like you own a car. You want to buy insurance just in case something goes wrong. Meanwhile, you let your long positions ride. Okay, so just think of it as a investment as part of doing business. That's what I think about it. Oh, you're talking about Barrick's gold. I thought you meant gold as in gold. Well, I absolutely don't think that it's worth it to buy it right now. If the news has already broken, the price, the stock gain has been priced in. So. Yeah, I don't think it's a good idea. That's my take on it. Okay, so going into Intel right now. So I was doing a little bit of digging around and trying to find out, what's up with this company, right? This company is a long-term winner, okay? Long-term winner that got irrationally sold off on news that there was a product delay. And they had strong earnings, but they had a product delay of a specific chip, which was the 7 nanometer product, okay? And apparently AMD was the one who stepped in to fill that gap within the market, okay? Now, there's a couple of things that you got to understand here. So I'm going to try and do this in a systematic way so that we can possibly cover this in the most efficient manner. Okay, first things first. Looking at the news release, okay, this was a pretty good quarter for Intel, okay, and it should be because tech is booming and anything tech is booming, right? Intel is still dominating within the space. Now, it doesn't mean that I'm bullish. We are yet to come to a conclusion whether we're bullish or bearish on Intel. I'm just giving you the facts, the lowdown. Okay, you can make that decision on your own, but I'm going to give you the lowdown. Okay, in terms of market leader and positioning, Intel is slated to win long term. Okay, and there's a reason why I say this. There are a couple of reasons actually. But let's go through this report first, very briefly. We're not doing any fundamental analysis. I just want to show you what caused the drop. So it said second quarter revenue was 19.7 billion, which was up 20% year over year for a company that's been doing business for almost 30-40 years. I think a 20% gain in revenues is a solid quarter. Okay, data-centric revenue grew 34%, accounting for 52% of total revenue. PC-centric revenue grew 7%. Now, this is important here because you can see how much PC revenue grew versus the rest, which kind of shows you that the PC market, okay, is approaching saturation. Okay, it's approaching saturation, which means to say all those gamers and da-da-da. Remember, there was a gold rush at some point of time for everybody to buy chips. And now that market is slowly saturating, right? Everybody has chips. And so there's only a certain amount of chips that people will buy per year. Okay, so we're approaching full saturation with the PC market. Second quarter GAAP earnings was $1.19, up 29%. And the year to date, they have generated $17.3 billion in cash from operations. That is solid. And $10.6 billion in free cash flows and paid dividends of $2.8 billion. That is a healthy company. Obviously, we've got to do more fundamental analysis to figure out more details. But if a company has almost $10 billion in free cash flows, that is solid. Okay, they're building a solid positioning. Now, accelerating their 10 nanometer product transition and their 7 nanometer product transition delayed versus prior expectations. There was apparently some engineering default, and then they kicked their head of engineering out. That's what I was reading. So that's kind of what happened. Now, we'll go through this later. Actually, on Wednesday. So look at this here. These are the revenues and how they fared for the quarter. Still a solid quarter for Intel here. And business outlook. Here's the guidance for Q3. Let's see here. Okay. So here is the guidance from Q3. Okay, revenues. They're expecting about 18.2 billion, operating margins at 28%, tax rate 15.5, earnings per share at $1.02. And then the full year guidance, they're expecting $75 billion in revenue. That's more than majority of the chip companies. I don't think that AMD comes close. I believe AMD is a very small part of the market share. In fact, let's have a look at this. AMD revenues 2019, and let's see how much it did last year. The company reported $6.7 billion, so not even 10%. Okay, and then what about Nvidia? 11 billion. So, but obviously they are within different segments. Okay, Nvidia does a lot of GPUs, which is graphic processor units, and then AMD is more of like a competitor with Intel, does a bunch of different things. Okay, so the full year. Now, one of the reasons that I was saying over here, the reason why Intel is able to get further and beyond than AMD and Nvidia, and don't get me wrong here, Nvidia has a solid positioning here, and I was long-term bullish on Nvidia. It's one of the companies that was part of my full year report. I'm not sure if I ever showed you guys this. I put out a market report very early on in the year, kind of positioning us for the year here, and Nvidia was one of the companies that I was definitely going to buy because of its dominance within 5G and cloud computing. Okay, so Nvidia was on my watch list for the entire year. Long-term investment in that company is a good investment, but here Nvidia is capturing majority of the cloud market. Okay, because cloud requires GPUs together with their server processing units. And who uses cloud? We have them kind of selling to Amazon, okay, and Microsoft, the two big behemoths that run AWS and they run Azure at Microsoft, okay? So NVIDIA has kind of captured that market, okay? But Intel has a bigger market of other things, okay? And what is that market? The biggest part of its revenue stream, right, is PC, and then I forgot what DCG was. Oops, I think they put it here. Yeah, data center. So the data center group, which is once again competing with the space of NVIDIA, but then they sell different kinds of chips, okay? So now, the other thing that I read about which is very, very important to me, specifically because I have studied physics and I understand this, is a curious little thing called Moore's Law. Okay? And if you have studied physics and you have studied, the electrical segment of physics, you know that Moore's Law states that every, I think it's how many years? Let's have a look at it. I think it's every year. It's probably every year. I feel like every 2 years. There we go. Okay. Every 2 years, the number of transistors on a chip doubles. Okay? And now, I shit you not, but you can look this up. The only company among all of them, AMD, NVIDIA, and Intel, the only company that has been able to do this and keep up with it is Intel. And the reason is because their R&D spend is super high, okay? They spend a lot of money on research and development, okay? That's one thing that stands out to me. So, how did they pivot now that this happened, okay? And by the way, just wanted to pull out the news article here was AMD target lifted on Intel systematic delay. They were expecting, everybody's just going to buy AMD instead of Intel, okay? Now, there's some truth to this, and then there's also some exaggeration. Does it actually warrant a 9% drop in a stock that is a long-term winner and is a solid market player? I don't know. But to me, it doesn't make sense, okay? It doesn't make sense. To me, I think the stock, Intel is still going to claw back at this revenue, okay? So I'm going to get to the technicals in a little bit, but I think that it still has a good balance sheet. It doesn't change the company's fundamentals just yet. This is traders. This drop here, okay, is fear of traders pricing in a loss of market share. Okay, now the other thing that causes the bearish sentiment for Intel is the fact that Apple had very recently, within this year, said that they would forego the using Intel chips for their smartphones. Okay, now this was a good cash flow generation for Apple for a while, but the problem is that Apple's not going to stop buying from Intel just like that. They need time to make a switch to their own chips. So for the next 2 years or so, okay, Apple will continue to buy Intel chips. Okay, so it's not just yet that it's going to happen or right immediately. Okay, cool. Welcome into the stream, guys. I hope you're having a good day. Hope you guys can smash the like button if you're here. I appreciate you being here. Just smash it. If you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead and do that. We do the stream every Monday through Friday, and it's a purely educational stream for the stock market. We go through all kinds of stuff here. I hope you guys enjoy it here. Very non-conventional stream. It's unorthodox, and we're really focused on learning and growing here. So I appreciate you being here, and yeah, thank you. Okay, so once again, AMD surged on news that Intel was having a delay. Now, was it warranted? I don't know. But then Intel announced a Tiger Lake chip. How many days ago? A couple of days back, on last Thursday. Okay, and I think they're gonna do a demo or something on the 21st. No, 2nd September. Sorry. The full Tiger Lake CPU event on September 2nd. Okay. Now, I looked up this article to see what this chip was about, and it looks actually pretty impressive. So this is their response to the delay, in my opinion. I guess what happened was the manufacturing debacle forced Intel to show its hand early. Okay, and so as it's written here, these new products are a big deal for Intel for a few reasons. Intel's been forced on the defensive the past years with heightened competition from AMD. Its recent 7 and nanometer Ryzen 4000 chips are already ahead of Intel's 10 nanometer Ice Lake chips from a manufacturing standpoint, and in many cases outperform Intel's offerings in laptops. Intel is also facing pressures from ARM, which is starting to chip away at Intel's control over the major computing space, with major companies like Microsoft, Samsung, and Apple beginning to offer ARM computers. Okay, so ARM is another semiconductor company, and of course, Intel recently announced that it'd be delaying its 7 nanometer chips until 2022, a major setback. Blah blah blah. Okay, so then this is the new Tiger Lake chip that they're releasing. It's a Willow Cove scalar architecture. I had no nuts about this stuff, but as an analyst, my job is to read and learn. Okay, so apparently it has a structure that allows efficiency of processing speed, frequency wise. This is the old one, Sunny Cove, and now you use less voltage to do more work. This is the article that was on it. It says built a new superfin transistor that the company promises will offer a generational type increase of a full node shift, and that's a big promise to make. Blah blah blah, and it would be critical for Intel. So it's not all bad yet. Okay, it's not all bad yet. This chip could take off and then suddenly be the new game changer. Okay, the market in the short term is a weighing scale, and we don't want it to be a popularity contest. Okay, we want this to be, a long-term investment. Then this would be a nice 10% discount to buy your company that you would like. Okay, so okay, now on Wednesday's live stream, what I'm going to be focusing on is figuring out how much this is going to affect its revenue stream. Okay, that's going to be my focus. So okay, so this thing is blah blah blah. I don't understand majority of this technical jargon, but definitely people who understand it. Oh, and this is the roadmap. They're expecting in 2021 to release this new Golden Cove, and then the Elder Lake technology, which is a hybrid technology, and Grace Mont, which is another kind of chip, I'm guessing. So it's basically going to create multiple types of new generation tech now. Okay, that's with your chip technology to take on AMD. Okay, now on Wednesday we'll focus on valuing the business and seeing how much of this is actually going to be the problem. So now going into the technicals, looking at this here, let me pull this in closer. I drew two fibs here to kind of show you guys the drop here. There are two separate fibs, one from this high to this low, and then one from this high to this low. That gives me a range of different plots that Intel can go to. Now, the 50 Fibonacci retracement, which is the 54.54 here, is the most likely for Intel to retrace in the near future. Okay, and when I say near future, that could be months to days. Okay, when it happens, you don't know. But what you should look out for is some kind of a momentum push up and then getting in on another wave, right? Getting in somewhere there, because we're already starting to make highs here. Okay, so if we can break up above this 23.6, then the next stop would be the 50. So a break above this 51.29 here with decent volume and momentum would send Intel to $54 easily. Okay, and then eventually up to about $56 to cover this gap over here. And if it really wants to cover the gap fully, then it can go back up to $59 or $60 even. Okay, that's provided we get some good news or something of a development back from Intel. So on the technical standpoint, I don't see anything that signals a buy just yet. And from a fundamental standpoint, the company seems to be irrationally sold off. Obviously, a delay will have a repercussion on the stock, but we just don't know how much of a repercussion. Now, does that translate to $9 of the stock price though? Yeah, that might be a bit of a far stretch. So we'll do more analysis on this on Wednesday to figure that portion out, because every dollar has to be accounted by some form of revenue, right? So that would be something that we have to look at here. All right, I'm officially done with Intel here. I hope that was helpful. If you found that particularly helpful, smash the like button, guys, and drop me a comment in the chat here. Let me know what you think. I try to make it as informative as possible. Put in some effort into doing this, and it's nice to hear feedback from you guys. So drop a couple comments if you like the stream so far. Okay, we have some tickers to do, so I'm gonna switch and do those. XPO. What is XPO? XPO Logistics. Let's see. It's less than 10 billion, but okay, we'll still do it. It's close to 10 billion. 85 calls for 918. Sure. Oh, wait a minute. Wow. Looks like a nominal. Oh, my indicators are not on. Sorry. I need that one, and we're good to go. I mean, it looks like a nominal drop here. It could definitely bounce over here and then start to head back up here. So I would say hold them. Hold your calls unless you know something about this company that I don't, because I don't know the fundamentals of this business or what it is. I would say hold the calls. It could easily reverse and break out there. Apple 460s for 9.4. Just in case you guys didn't hear me about tech being super overvalued, I think that you guys should take tech out of your playbook for a while. Avoid buying tech for now. Even though the Nasdaq can push higher, you're playing in dangerous territory. So I don't recommend playing tech right now. There are many other sectors that you could be playing to make some money. Okay, but we'll go through Apple anyway. Okay, just FYI, guys. Full disclosure. Last week on Friday, I sold Apple. Okay, I sold all my Apple shares up here. I have sold and I am out. All right. I like the idea that Apple has run up so much, and I will wait for a better entry here. Anywhere from here will be a better entry. Okay. And taking a fib from this top to the bottom, or this bottom to the top. Okay. You can see that it's going to retrace at least to 410. That would be the first level that I would say. Well, 438 would be the first level. This would be number 1. This would be number 2. And then this will be number 3. The 61.8 golden ratio will be the third level at which it would also meet this specific gap fill over here. Okay. Very high chance that we come down to fill that gap in the near future. We just need some idiot sandwich to start taking profits, one institutional investor. And personally, I don't care if Apple runs up higher here. I am happy with my profits, okay? And I have taken my, and I'm talking about the Apple stock in my dividend portfolio, okay? So I took my profits, and I'm bowing out of Apple in the short term, all right? Once I get a correction, the correction that I'm looking for on NASDAQ and on SPY here, when SPY drops, makes that 5% correction, that is when I will re-enter Apple at a discounted price, okay? But I like the prospect of selling my shares to somebody else who is willing to buy them at these prices, okay? So I am out of Apple. Now, whether 460 calls for 9.4, you can go ahead and buy it. I just don't recommend it, that's all, okay? All right. Can you go over banks? Have a significant holding in banks and it's not looking so hot. Well, Nick, if you were here for the past live streams, I have been talking about how banks are going to continue to be bearish in the foreseeable future because of the fact that interest rates are so low. Okay, until unless this market environment improves with interest rates, don't expect banks to recover. Banks make their money by lending money to other people, and if the Federal Reserve pushes interest rates down, making them near negative, then banks don't have any margin. Okay, the only banks that make money in this kind of a situation are investment banks. So your investment banks are probably a better investment at this point. All right. Cool. VCRA 35 calls, 1016. VCRA 35 calls. What is this company? Communications company. Bro, don't even waste your time, man. It's like less than $1 billion market cap, easily manipulatable. I don't recommend it, man. This looks like a pump and dump right now. Okay. Be really careful with this kind of thing. Yeah, it's looking bearish as heck. Unfortunately, yeah, these calls are, I don't know, probably going to die. GAN, 25 calls, August 28. GAN, what is GAN? GAN Limited. Okay, what is GAN? Game Account Network. Okay. Also less than $1 billion in market cap. It's looking like it wants to make a comeback for a nice little swing trade, but also looking like this may be a little corrective wave after the downtrend here, and then another leg down. It could be both ways. I don't recommend it. Too small of a market cap for you to even speculate on this, to be honest. Can you share that report or point us to where you can read that? Shri, are you talking about the one about AMD, or which report were you talking about? The investor relations report? I know you said to be worried about tech, but Facebook September 11, 262.50 or September 18, 265 calls. I actually am bullish on Facebook long term. I think Facebook's one of the good stocks to own long term. I like the business. They have an economic moat that nobody can contest. So I say with Facebook, bow out for now, or get out on the rally that's about to happen, right? NASDAQ's going to push out, SPY's going to push out here, try and break out this all-time high, ride the wave, get out right on the top. But then again, don't try to time the top. That's what I'm saying. I don't like to time the top. I don't like to time, period. That's the thing there, Shri. So that's my opinion. Walmart, 136 calls for 821. Okay. 136 calls. This is, I like Walmart. Yeah, I would hold that option. Wait, you said 821? Isn't that expiring this week? Yeah, that's expiring this week. Dude, you gotta roll your option out, man. You can't be playing weekly contracts with Walmart like that. It's a 136 call? Yo, nah, don't do that. Don't do that to yourself, man. 136 is up here. It has to make a move up. Yeah, granted that earnings are happening this week. I mean, it is happening this week. I mean, unless you're willing to gamble, you're gambling. That's what you're doing. So, that's a gamble play right there. Walmart, Target, good time to buy, calls and sell before earnings. I think you missed that wave already, buddy. That happened last week. Thought process was aiming for the price consolidation breakout. Possibly, if you want. Yeah, you could, Shri. That's possible. Wait, the 9-4 calls will split anything post Apple split should be a good buy, right? How do you know? What? See, this is one of the things. Like I think a lot of people, they get this wrong. Okay, now yes, Apple stock is about to get cheaper. Yes, a lot of investors will pile in and buy Apple stock after the split happens. But do you really think that it's just going to happen like right away? Probably not, right? It's going to take a while. And at the same time, the tech rally is going to come down and it's going to instill fear in the market, right? And if let's say NASDAQ corrects or SPY corrects, then Apple stock's going to come down with it. So then you may even get Apple cheaper, right? So yes, the split for Apple has already been priced in. You need to understand this. It's already been priced in, guys. This rally is huge. Okay, and even though it can break out, I don't doubt, and I'm not saying it can't go further. It can, but the point is, I don't like to be greedy. Okay, and this stock is now overvalued. All right, it's overvalued. Apple is definitely not worth $460. And my way of trading or my way of investing is if something's overvalued, I'm out. It's simple, right? I'm out. Because why would I want to hold something that's overvalued? Okay, I would rather cash it in, take my chips out, put my capital somewhere else that will give me better gains. Okay, simple. How do you value puts on the anticipated corrective wave on tech? How do you value puts on the anticipated corrective wave on tech? Can you ask this question in a different way, because I'm not sure I quite get it. Can you have a look at new IPO Big C? It could be another Amazon or Shop. Okay, what is that? Big C. Big Commerce Holdings. And looks like another 4 billion. Okay. Need to see what this company is about. Got to dig more. You can't just buy it on no news or anything. Still at dizzying heights after 1 week of trading. Into wants to buy Big Commerce nearly quadruples. Trading debut. Okay, raises IPO price 21 to 23. When did this IPO last week? Jesus. Oh my god. What the hell? Wait, so it IPO 21.23 and the stock opened at $67. Okay. No. Yeah, not gonna buy it. That's too much of a valuation. Intel 50 calls 911. Maybe. We're going through this. We're going through this week, CD. So I mean, I wouldn't be really sure about Intel right now. But I mean, if you want to take the risk, then sure, $50 seems okay for September. I would say it's okay. Yeah, all your analyzed companies where you did fundamental analysis. All my analyzed companies where you did fundamental analysis. Oh, you mean the report? You mean this one, the yearly one? I mean, it's on the Discord somewhere if you look for it. If you go to Everyday Growth and you go to my channel and then you type yearly report, something like that. Most relevant, maybe in Everyday Growth. You gotta, oh, there we go, like this, and then yearly something like that. Oop. Report 2020 maybe, something. Oops. Okay, I can post it on the Everyday Growth channel if you would like that. Let me know if you do, or actually DM me and I'll send it to you. It's just easier that way, so that I don't have to spam everybody. DM me on Discord and you'll get it. I don't mind sharing it. Okay. Thanks for your Facebook input. No problem. Appreciate you. LVGO 828 125 call. Looking bearish. Lots of volume flowed out this stock. A lot. Like a lot. Some is flowing in, but still looking bearish on the 1 hour chart. Yeah, I would say this is more bearish than bullish. Unless we can break up above this level here, 124, 125-ish, 130 even actually, 128. This would be a real level here. Then only you're bullish. I don't recommend calls on this one, unfortunately. Tesla, of course. How can we go through a live stream without anybody asking about Tesla? Guys, there's a reason why I don't break down Tesla, okay? And it's pretty simple, okay? Tesla is a purely psychologically driven stock. The moment there's bullish news, it pops. There's bearish news, it drops. The market corrects, it drops, okay? So this stock does not observe any rules whatsoever with technicals and fundamentals. It has a mind of its own. So to ask me to analyze this stock is like flipping a coin, pretty much. Okay. So 1750, flip a coin. I'm pretty sure you can get there, man. But just know that you have to break above $1,700 here before you get there. So if you think that's about to happen, then sure. I think it's yeah. Unfortunately, John, I can't really comment on this one. It's just too many variables here. Too many variables. Okay. It's been in a descending triangle, broke out below the descending triangle. That should be bearish, and then popped up, and then now is up here again. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense. Doesn't adhere any rules whatsoever. Okay, so yeah. Okay, well, I guess I got to all the tickers. I appreciate each and every one of you being here today. Thank you so much for tuning into the stream. If we can smash the like button one more time. You think we can get to 70 likes today, 80 likes today? If we can, that would be nice. That's the only thing I ask from you guys. If you come attend the stream, it's a free stream. Just helping you to smash the like button helps me out a lot. So I really do appreciate that. If you could do that. Boo-hoo, nobody wants to buy me a cup of coffee. I guess that's fine. I'm just kidding. Okay, guys. I appreciate it. Have a good day. Happy Monday to all of you. I'll see you back tomorrow for another webinar. Remember, we're going to cover how to scalp. So be here if you want to know that, or if you want to learn from me. Mentorship courses start tonight. So I hope that if some of you are here from the mentorship course, I hope you're excited. We're about to go through some mind-blowing things that will definitely help you on your trading journey. So I appreciate you guys being here. Ooh, we actually got to 75 likes. Thank you. 76. Let's see. Can we get to 80? Can we get to 80? I hope we can get to 80. 77. Okay. Thanks, and let's have a great Monday. Absolutely, Patrick. Thank you very much, guys. Have a good one. Peace out. See you tomorrow for how to scalp on the webinar. Turn in. Bye-bye.